January and February are generally the hottest months of the year, so we've done a lot of prep, putting the pot plants together where they're within reach of a spray, and also that includes our citrus plants, and also doing a heck of a lot of mulching around the garden. And part of this was because we actually took off for a week over to the city of Adelaide after Christmas. So we wanted to make sure that everything survived, even though it was a week. If the weather had been super hot, we would have had a pretty crisp garden by the time we got back. But if you've seen the earlier video, you know exactly the opposite happened. It rained and we had stacks of growth instead. While we're in Adelaide, we did get to a couple of nurseries, more for looking than buying, because most of the plants in Adelaide, whilst we have similar heat temperatures, they don't have the same level of frost that we have. So it's most of the plants, much as I love them, just aren't suitable. We also got to see quite a few of the local ringtail possums and a few of the brushtails, and just enjoyed walking around looking at the gardens. Agapanthus are a real big thing in Adelaide, although to be honest I got home and saw just as many here. And also there was a few quirky things we spotted over the garden fence. I think I'm going to call this the summer of the snake bean. I've just gone mad on them. I've got 3 different varieties, 2 climbers and 1 bush version of a snake bean, which sounds to me like a contradiction in terms. And I'm blaming Saha because I saw her Instagram and I just love them. So I took the opportunity to buy some seeds, and because it's January, there is an outside chance that I will actually get a crop in before the frosts start hitting in late April, and that's what I'm hoping for. On my word, I planted these 3 days ago, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
of the 7 snake beans, the red noodles, have already come up. I'm cutting down these Kangaroo Paws. We didn't trim them back until really late last year, and even in autumn they started reshooting. So I'm hoping that if I cut them back now, I might actually get some more flowers.
What are you doing?
I'm going to push it into the thing.
So this is the Homer, you're repairing the handle.
Yeah, I'm just going to shove it into the thing. You watch when I do it.
Alright. So, new handle. Excellent. I've taken delivery of these live plants just this morning. These are 2 cranberry plants. I have no idea what condition they're going to be in. So what I've got is a bucket of rainwater and a bit of seaweed solution. In a little while I'll show you the soil mix that I'm going to put them in, but in the first instance I just want the poor little things to get into some water and recover from their ordeal. And they're bog plants, so putting them in like this should not cause them any problems whatsoever. I'm growing them in a raised bed because I thought that's the easiest way for me to control their soil requirements, which are different to most plants. Keeping the moisture in the soil for the cranberries is going to be an issue, so I've decided to put in a whole lot of coir, coconut fibre, and I obviously want to get that started before I start working on putting the soil in. So I've just got my bucket here and I'm going to start breaking off pieces and putting it in. With any luck, by the time I've gone in and had some lunch, it will be soaked and able to be used later this afternoon. One of the components I need for my acidic soil for my cranberries is leaf mould, and thankfully I've got a big container of it here. First things first, I have to empty this trough of all the soil because the soil is the wrong pH. It's neutral. The cranberries need acid, so I'm going to dig this out. What fun. I'm at the bottom of the tub now, so I'm going to start mixing in what I've got, which is my coir. I've got some rose and azalea potting mix and my leaf litter, and that is going to provide a more acidic soil for the cranberries. It might not be ideal that the two cranberries are planted in together, but that's what's going to happen for the moment. And depending on how they go and what we do in future times, we'll probably shift them to a more permanent position, or maybe we'll shift them to a larger raised bed, but at the moment they're just going to go side by side in here. This is one of the first cool days we've had this month, so I'm here pulling out the dill. It's completely swamped this tomato bed, and there's a few herbs and things growing in it. We have been pulling the dill out progressively, but it's at the point now where we really need to let the tomatoes get a move on. Job done. Well, half the job. Now got to go and pick off all the fresh dill leaves. It might seem a bit counterintuitive, but I am going to do a chop and drop of all the dill that I just pulled out back onto this garden bed. In fact, there's a little bit which I'd done previously. It's all dried out really nicely, and you know, frankly, there are worse things than having dill in a garden bed. Easy to pull out, so I'm thinking it's better off that I put the resource back here than just put it somewhere else to compost.
Tomatoes at last, but that's what you expect of January in Canberra. It takes forever for them to ripen.